Happy New Year, my dearest bedheads. How are you today? I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. Click, clink. Are you safe? Are you well? Meaning you didn't drink too much last night? Hopefully not. This Bunyan mug, if you're new here, hi, sorry, I'm Karen. Hey, I was up late last night with the Spirit Circle. We were on for like 3 hours. I'm surprised I wanted to get up and start talking again this morning. So I'm Karen, and this is Ask the Spirit Guides. And today we are going to be talking about, I'm going to say it, election interference and sort of the pieces that are coming out now, the little drips of information that are coming out, and I'm putting the pieces of the puzzle together. And we're going to ask the SGs for the pieces of the puzzle as well. And if you're new here, this is like my next favorite mug because it's so funny. But my newest favorite mug. Then I get to do this. Election interference, 1 star, terrible, would not recommend. So that's my label today. So cheers, Happy New Year. Click, clink. So if you're new here, my regular bedheads and I usually just chat until like 5 minutes. So if you want to fast forward to 5 minutes, that's when I will start chatting about election interference. Because we got to have a little coffee first. I just woke up. Happy New Year again. 2025. It's a 9-year, which means a year of endings, completion, which I love the word completion, and also getting ready for new beginnings. So that's really, completion and new beginnings, right? So all the things in your life that you haven't been in love with might be, there might be some relief coming in terms of endings. Endings. No, completion. It's weird. My lips were just like chattering. It's the energy. Relax. So, anywho, I guess I don't have anything else to say. I think I need to get right into this, is for whatever reason. Although people who just fast forwarded to 5 minutes, I think my brain is there. I was just taking notes on this election interference stuff. And I'm saying it. I'm going to say it. What's up with TikTok? I don't think YouTube is doing that. They might. We're going to find out. They might not like the word RIGGED. I think that was a problem last time. So interference might be different. I don't know. But what's up with TikTok? Everybody who posts their videos from TikTok over on YouTube, because I don't watch TikTok, but they're so careful about the words. I don't understand. Okay, I understand not using, hatred, bullying, racial slurs, all that kind of stuff. Anything, that would be degrading to people. They probably don't even get rid of those, but yet they get rid of stuff that's political. I don't think that's cool. I don't know. Maybe it is. It's probably they don't want misinformation. But yet the misinformation that flies around on the right especially, they let that go. They need to monitor every word that comes out of their mouth is what they need to do. Misinformation. Oh my gosh. I think it's starting, you guys. I think it's starting. And I'm going to ask the SGs. So, okay. If you are new here, we're at 5 minutes. So, I do coffee in the morning right after I get up, which is why I call us bedheads, because I wake up with bedhead. I'm over on Blue Sky, so come on over there and post your bedhead, especially this morning. I'd like to see some bedheads on New Year's Day. I'd like to see what those are looking like. Just make sure you wipe your mouth off first. Most of my crowd here is a little bit older and probably, I don't know how wild and ruckus you guys get. But so I do this in the morning and then at night. So I usually talk about, I don't know, what's going on in the world, try to bring in a little spiritual perspective to that, and just processing stuff. So processing life. So it just depends on what's going on. And then in the evening, I do angel card readings, ask the SGs questions. So tonight, although, you know, it depends on when you're watching this, tonight I'm going live on the public channel. Yet last night I was live in the Spirit Circle for 3 hours. It was delightful. At least for me it was. I got to send them a little evaluation. Okay, so we will ask the SGs what's going on today. But here's what I'm piecing together. And you tell me what other information you're hearing, okay? Because I think what's going to happen is they're dropping all these little pieces of information, and then there'll be the reveal. So they got to drop the information first, right? So I don't know if it'll be like well, it will be a reveal, but the information will be slowly dripped is going to be my guess. Very smart. The question is where is that information going? Are any of the major news networks talking about it? Especially FOX. And the only reason I'm spelling that out is because I just don't want to say the word. Faux news, like people call it, which I love, faux news. They need to be talking about these drips. That's the thing. If they're not talking about the drips, then who cares? I mean, we care, but like it's not going to make a difference, right? If they're not talking about the drips. Okay, so we have a couple things. And again, I will ask the SGs a little bit this morning. I'm sure you guys will have a lot of questions during the live tonight about this, but if you have other questions, put it in the chat and I can do a separate Ask the SGs with your questions, not live, but recorded for people who can't make it live. Okay, so we have a couple things that have come out, and I'm going to tell you where I heard them from, and they have sources, okay? So where they heard them from. Because anytime I hear information, I like to give credit where credit's due, which is what everybody should do. That's only the nice thing and the ethical thing, really. Okay, so we have an article that I always forget his name. I always want to call him Spencer. It's so annoying. Especially when I just wake up. I want to call him Spencer. The psychic medium. Something psychic medium. I know you're yelling at the camera. Oh, there he was. He's in my subscription. Sterling. I always want to say Spencer. I always want to say Spencer. Okay. It's probably because I have a nephew, a fur baby, that's named Spencer. Okay, so Sterling, psychic medium, posted because he had done some predictions, and so he watches for stuff. So he posted this article from Germany. Okay, so you can go to his thing and look at the article or whatever if you wanted to. He has it posted in the community tab. So he posted an article from Germany. Well, actually, it was U.S., someone in the U.S. government who, oh, no, this was not. That was the Russian and Iran one. Okay, sorry. Really, I'm a little tired from last night. And real quick, Lucy, I was sleeping, and then Lucy likes to drink water in the morning because she doesn't have any water in her water bowl. Yes, she does. She has a lot of water in her water bowl. And she'd go, like that. And then I'd go, no. And she'd go, no. 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 It literally went on like for 5 minutes. I'd go, no. It's exactly what she sounds like. No. For 5 minutes. And finally, I lost. Okay. So apparently there was an article published that Germany is declaring, basically, they have declared election interference by Loen Muskrat, which, again, I feel like such a child calling people by the names. All you guys use these names, and then I feel like such a child using them. But I am going to not use his name in terms of this conversation today, just in case. So Loen, okay? So apparently this article basically said, it'd probably be better if I just read it to you. It basically says that the German government is basically declaring election interference that is happening in February, okay? See, they're smart enough to catch it ahead of time. Hello, like we didn't know what was going on ahead of time. Why didn't we just stop the whole thing, you know? So they're declaring election interference by Loen for trying to buy the election, basically. Hello. And it's the far right. And he basically says, like, Loen says basically that he has a right to do it. He has a right to. Okay, somebody said this the other day. I wish I could give credit. If you guys have heard this and you know who it was, if you could post it in the comments. But somebody said that Loen basically, he is the one that's trying to take over the world right now. He's the one, he wants to be king of the world, basically. King of the world. Okay, so we have that election interference by Loen, and I think they're scrapping that election. I think they're going to scrap it. Okay, so actually both of these things came from Sterling, psychic medium. Okay, so this is it. The German government accused U.S. billionaire, accused him on Monday, so it's 2 days ago, of trying to influence its election due in February with articles supporting the far-right alternative for Germany. Oh, thanks, Loen. Like as if Germany didn't have this problem once before. So supporting the far-right alternative for Germany, AfD party, even though it suggested that amounted to nonsense. This is coming from Sterling. I think he wrote this. Oh, no, that's in quotes. Okay. Musk, the world's... Loen Muskrat, the world's richest person, has defended his right to... Okay, this is the part that's crazy. He has defended his right to weigh in on German politics because of his significant investments and has praised the AfD, which is the far right, approach to regulation, taxes, and market deregulation. So he can do whatever he wants. So then, to give Sterling credit, the continuation of Loen's worldwide influence on far-right agendas and governments was predicted by his angel team and guides on 6 separate Sterling shows. So he goes into, he just wants to show people that what he's talking about, that they have been talking about that for a while. And so have quite a few people, but... Okay, so it really cracks me up in a very bad way. Like I want to smack him. I just want to smack him. That he what do you guys think about that? He defended his right. No, he doesn't have a right. I'm sorry. Just because he has significant investments. Why does he have a right to interfere in an election process? So he felt the same way about the US then, basically. He did. He felt the same way. He had the right. That's why he has no moral compass about this at all. Because it's his investments. So he defended his right to weigh in on German politics because of his significant investments, and that's in quotes, and has praised the AfD's approach to regulation, taxes, and market deregulation. Yeah, that's all in, you know what's crazy? That's all in his favor. He has praised regulation, taxes, and market deregulation because that helps him. Not because it helps anybody else. It doesn't help anybody else. He is like, I'm starting to really understand how this shit show is way more about him than it is about Dumpy. Which is another thing people call him. The orange clown. I know. I know. I'm 55 and I sound like a toddler. Okay, so we have that. Then Sterling publishes, 16 hours ago. So the first one was 20 hours ago. Then Sterling published a hot off the press again. You guys might want to watch, if you guys, you might want to go to Sterling Psychic Medium and then watch his community. Well, you'll get, if you subscribe to his channel, subscribe to mine too. Subscribe here first before you leave. We're going to talk to the SGs, so. So he posted, again, 16 hours ago, the United States on Tuesday, so that was just yesterday, okay, imposed sanctions on entities, I don't know what entities mean, in Iran and Russia, accusing them of attempting to interfere in the 2024 U.S. election. The governments of Iran and Russia have targeted our election processes and institutions and sought to divide the American people through targeted disinformation campaigns. Treasury's acting Undersecretary for Terrorism and Financial Independence, Bradley Smith, said in a statement. And then Sterling says, as predicted by my team, angels, and guides on over a dozen Sterling shows. Which I think, you know, he totally did predict that, but, you know, I didn't have to predict it. I didn't have to predict it to know what's happening because I was paying attention prior to a lot of people were talking about that, you know. Okay, then we have 3, the fog, and I did a video. You guys must have been up late last night watching YouTube because overnight I got like 10,000 views on the fog video. And I did ask the SGs, so like what's up with the fog, and we asked the SGs, so you can, if you haven't seen that one. Yeah, 10,000 views overnight, so it's like, I knew people were coming home from New Year's Eve and watching YouTube because I don't get that many views overnight like that. Or obviously not everybody here. There's like 46 different countries of people from different countries that watch this channel. We have the stats, so that's cool. So we have the fog. Okay. Then we have, okay, so this is I'm going to ask the SGs about this, but this is me, Karen, logically putting together the pieces of stuff. So we have those 3 things so far. And if you know of other things, would you put them in the comments? Because I can ask the SGs tomorrow. Hey, you guys, you and I, all of you and I, let's put the pieces of the puzzle together. It's fun. So then we have all of this infighting between Leon and the other guy. I don't even know what his name is. It doesn't matter. they've been fighting, right? And so it kind of makes me wonder if the whole thing started by trolls and then the right picked up on it. So I wouldn't put it past our government or the third party that's kind of, I want to talk about the third party thing in a minute and give credit to somebody for that. I wouldn't put it past whoever is planting all of these things right now, whether it be, it's probably NATO is my guess. If I had to guess, and we can ask the SGs, if I remember to ask them, NATO, let me write down NATO. That there might have been trolls that started that conversation with Leon, knowing that they'll spark this thing with the right. And it did. It sparked it. So I don't know. I'm kind of suspicious about that, because that happening is interesting. And so the thing I was going to say about the fog is I kind of wonder, and I'm going to ask today. They said in the video yesterday that it was spirits from another realm. I like saying that rather than aliens. Spirits from another realm. It's just basically, we're spirits in this realm having a human experience on Earth, and their spirits having a different experience somewhere else. And my understanding from listening to other psychics, I don't have any credit for this one because it's just, I've listened to a lot of people, but what they're getting is that there's spiritual beings from other planets that protect Earth because we're such dingleberries. We're total dingleberries. The human ego is just, look at Leon. He deserves the right. No, Leon. No, just no. He's a child. He's a child. He is a child. His morals are, he has less morals than my 4-year-olds. Greats. I have great nieces. One is 5, one is 4. Wait, do I have another 4-year-old? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. I'm thinking of the 2 female, but their moral standards are so much higher. They are. It's incredible, little 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds. It's been a while since we've had little 4 and 5-year-olds in our family, and they are just incredible. Their moral standards are, way above Leon's. Okay, so now we have, Jennifer Lisa Vest she calls herself a dreaming woman. Okay, Jennifer Lisa Vest. I'd recommend you check her out. She's been talking for quite a while and I think this came from her specifically, but she's been talking for quite a while about it needing to come from a third party rather than within the U.S., which totally makes sense to me. And that's why I think perhaps NATO will ask, is the one who's kind of, and so, is coordinating this, because we have Germany, right? Germany has nothing to do with the U.S., but it has something to do with NATO, right? And then we've got the U.S. planting this thing about, election interference from Russia and Iran. And then we've got the thing I was going to say about the fog, sorry, I didn't finish is that we've got these spiritual beings. What the SG said yesterday in that video is the spiritual beings and humans are creating that fog, and it has something to do with the election. And that makes me wonder if they had to do something in order to figure something out with Starlink. That was my connection with that. I'm making that connection. That it has to do something with Leon and Starlink. So wherever because it was pretty widespread. Everyone's been talking about the fog being really widespread throughout the world. And it probably is more, and it was my husband and I were driving home from Minnesota on Christmas Day, and we could hardly see in front of us the fog. And we get fog, so it didn't occur to me. Nothing occurred to me until I found out, until I started hearing this fog was like everywhere, like in so many places. So we drove through it. So that's fascinating. And I remember hearing drones, like we were near the bluffs, we were right, it was all along the bluffs. And I remember hearing that drones were seen in Minnesota. I haven't heard any being heard in Wisconsin, but okay. So those are the pieces that I have. Do you guys have any other pieces that you're hearing? All right, so I'm going to ask the SGs. First, I have a little prayer that I say, if you're new here, just to make sure we're getting the right information. So I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides and guardians, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel so it's only of the light. Amen. Hey, you guys, good morning. Talking to them. That's their hello. Happy 2025 on Earth. Okay. So when they go, so can you guys show me, can you guys stop moving both? And can you show me a yes, please? Okay, so that's a yes. So my right, your left. And can you show me a no, please? So the no is the opposite. My left, your right. When I do a full session with these, I have a yes and no up on the screen, so it's just easier, but I usually don't put, maybe I'll put it up today. I don't know. We'll see how many questions I have. Okay, so let me ask first. I want to put this down a little bit so you can. Okay. So I'm talking to my spirit guides. Is this conversation, so election interference, is this conversation something that you're comfortable with answering questions right now? Okay, so the answer is yes. And so you know the topics I have on my list over there. See that on my sticky note? See that on my sticky note over there? So you're comfortable with me asking questions about any of those areas? Yes. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Basically let's just start from the top. Is Leon Muskrat, it's just weird, is Leon really trying to be the king of the world at this point? Is he that narcissistic? Yes. Okay. So Leon, are they actually going to stop the election in Germany until they get this straightened out? Yes. Okay. And is Leon going to be able to continue to interfere? Oh. See, why are other countries so much, I want to say, smarter than we are? We just let things go. We just let things happen. This crap happened in 2016 and we just let it go. Okay, so no, they're not going to let it happen, and it's a huge swing. Look at that. So did Hillary Clinton win did she actually win the election in 2016? Yes. And did the Democratic Party decide to let it go because they had other interests? Yes. See, that's annoying. That's annoying. And now are they realizing that was a mistake? Yes. Crazy. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be cleaned up, you guys, on the whole thing. Okay? So when this thing's over, we got to expect and demand reform of our, they're like, yes, of our systems. So many systems. We have to start doing it as the public. We've got to start expecting it. because they're just doing, all the politicians are doing what's good for them. You know, it's about what's good for them. Yes. Even though we love, there's many of us that, you know, adore people on the left. I don't really adore people on the left. I'm quite cautious with my experience. Okay, you guys saying, oh, is there a reason for us to, should we adore people on the left? No. Okay. I'm quite cautious that shenanigans goes on both sides. I mean, I'm not cautious. Yes. Okay, wide swing. Shenanigan goes on both sides, you guys. Okay. So, but worse shenanigans tend to go on the right side? Yes. Okay. So we can't be so blinded to the fact that the whole government structure, we need to have safeguards put into place, but systems need to change, because the systems only benefit white men at this point. And that's not to diss any white man that's watching this. It's just that's the way the systems were set up. Look at, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, so anything else about interference in Germany? I can't think of anything else to ask. Okay. So now the U.S. has come out and said that they know that Russia and Iran have interfered in the U.S. election by spreading disinformation. Yes. Again, we've always kind of known that to be true. At least I have. That's why I did a video, I don't know, a week after the election, and I said, something is off. And that's, I mean, it's gotten probably 80,000 views at this point. And so many people are like, yes, something is off. Okay, and we could see it. I mean, the trolls, oh my gosh, the trolls. The trolls completely stopped after the election. Well, who do you think the trolls were from? You know? It's ridiculous. They literally paid people to just sit in, they have videos of people sitting in computer labs, just, you know, harassing people if they had different points of view. Yeah, they're saying yes. Okay. So this Russian and Iran interference. Well, let me ask, is all of this being coordinated by NATO? Okay, so they slowed down. They're not really answering that okay, so I'm not asking the right question. Is the U.S. election interference case, let's just say, you guys know what I'm talking about? Yep. Is NATO coordinating? Are they going to be the ones to come out and say, are they the ones who are going to come out and tell us the big picture of proof again for U.S. interference in the election, in the U.S. election? Yes. Okay. So is it important for those, especially on the right in the U.S., to have this come from a third party? Yes. Okay. So that'll be interesting, you guys, because we've never seen NATO act like this, like have an act like this. So now we've already seen it in several other countries. Romania, there was another one, I can't remember off the top of my head now. So they're going to be piecing all of this stuff together. And NATO obviously includes every country. Okay, so if you're not familiar with NATO includes every country. So that includes the U.S., right? So it's not that the U.S. is not investigating. Obviously they are, okay? But it's all being funneled through NATO so they can put the pieces of the puzzle together. So this is why we have NATO. This is yeah, see, they're just agreeing with everything I'm saying. This is why we have NATO. This is it, you know? It's amazing. I love it. So we are all in this together. Everyone, all the NATO countries are in this together. And now, they're showing, that's why they see it come. That's why, okay, since the US election ended, they have now come like 2 or 3 countries, well, three now for sure. Romania, I don't remember the other one. You guys might, I don't remember the other one. I was going to say, oh, I can't think of it. And Germany now. Okay. So NATO, obviously, those are NATO countries, and they're all paying attention now. Okay, then we have the fog connection. And is that NATO with spiritual beings? Somehow the spiritual beings, they know, people in government know about these spiritual beings. We'll call them aliens. Extraterrestrials, yes. So they know about them. And are they helping with the fog? Yes. So I don't know how they're doing that. But, and is that, so this is my connection. This was my logical brain. Was that to, in the drones, does it have to do with Starlink? Yes. Big swing, big swing. Okay. And so they're doing this to, like the fog was to be able to do something with, get information from Starlink basically, or block Starlink maybe, since it has to do with, you know who it has to do with, Elon Musk, rat. I can see that. That name was appropriate. Okay, and then the last part of this was, so people have been fighting with Leon on his fake misinformation platform, who he just decides, you know, who gets to say stuff on there. Was it trolls basically from NATO? Like NATO set up trolls to get that conversation going? Ah, okay. So yes. See, we can do the trolls too. We meaning just, you know. So that was a way to start getting the right to get angry with Leon, is challenging Leon. Okay. Because you got to, okay, I didn't watch any of it, but you got to wonder how that conversation even started. You know? Yeah, they're saying yes. Okay, so that's what I got. That's interesting. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm still giving it a 1 star. We're going to give the whole election interference. I ran out of sticker. It's a 1 star. Terrible. I would not recommend. I would not recommend. Okay. This is going to get interesting. Hold on to your bootstraps, people. Hunker in a little bit. It's going to get interesting, I think. Let me ask. Is this going to get, is this going to escalate more? Yes. So we're going, more pieces of the puzzle are going to start to be dripped? Yes. Are these pieces of the puzzle, though, being communicated to the right side? Meaning the far right, whoever voted for Dumpy? Okay, it's a slower, I mean, the energy's slowing down. Okay, so okay. Oh, they're shifting. No. Okay. Well, how is that going to work then? All right. Are they going to find ways to communicate this? Or is the whole trolling thing on Leon, is that how they're doing it? Okay. So I'm clearly not asking the best questions on this. So you guys will have to let me know what questions, you know, yes and no, they're saying. Okay. All right. So I've run out of steam on that. So that's just to get the conversation started. So let's get the conversation started in the comments. And you guys can share your own opinions, not misinformation, please. It's just, and all of it's information and obviously entertainment purposes only. I should have said that. It's obvious. I have it in my description, so in all my video descriptions I have that, and my channel description, and my label. My category is entertainment. So, but yeah, drop your ideas. Please, no conspiracy theories. I think we know the difference. Just stuff you're hearing, and just be discerning of whether or not it's a conspiracy theory or not. You know the difference. I don't need to tell you. And just drop your ideas, questions in the comments, and then we can all read what the community is thinking. So I'm just facilitating getting this conversation started. Obviously, I have very limited knowledge and ideas of even what to ask the SGs. You guys are the ones who come up with all the great questions. So, all right, Happy New Year, and I'll see you tonight at the live. That'll be fun. I'm probably just going to be on for an hour. I don't know. I always say that, and then I'm on for a lot longer, which is fine. Probably an hour and a half is my guess. Depends on how much energy I have, but if you're in the spirit circle, the only way I can kind of, because there's going to be, if there's a lot of people, excuse me, oh my gosh, asking questions, then we're going to we're prioritizing questions of folks that are in the spirit circle. So, and you have to be a subscriber also, because, I want people to be subscribers. I don't want fair weather friends coming in on the lives. So there'll be a 10-minute hold on the subscriber. So if you're not a subscriber and you want to come to that, it's at 7:30 tonight, Central. So I was thinking I will do another live. I think when I do lives, I'm going to try doing lives once a week, possibly. Try to hold myself to it. But I think I'm going to alternate between noon Central and 7 Central, noon and 7. Because if I do noon, that'll be 7 hours for people in Europe, because again, I have 46 people, 46 countries represented here. So I know it won't really represent Australia well. So I don't know how many people from Australia. We'll have to look at that. My guess is Europe is the next, and they're about 7-8 hours ahead. And so like coffee with Karen is kind of ridiculous for them, because it's in the middle of the afternoon, but it's middle of the afternoon coffee with them. But I will do a noon. I was thinking noon, because then it would be or noon or 1, because then it would be 7 or 8 p.m. for people. Probably noon, because it would be more like lunchtime. Again, it depends on where you are in the United States, but I'll do lunchtime, noon, and then yeah, and then 7:30. But anyways, I'm just chatting now. Okay. Happy New Year, 2025. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing year. Set that energy up right away. Tell yourself, we did this in the spirit circle last night. We all wrote it down. 2025 is going to be a great year. Everybody wrote it down, at least people that were there, hopefully. Because to get the energy out there for everybody who was in the spirit circle. And now if you write it down, 2025 is going to be a great year. Because if you're going into 2025 with, it's going to be chaotic and that's not the right energy you want to be setting into 2025. So write down, 2025 is going to be a great year. Then we wrote down, everything always works out for us. And then we wrote down, everything always works out for me. Okay, so then we sent that energy. So if everybody here wrote those 3 things down, you would be adding to the collective of this energy that we created last night in the spirit circle. Okay. So again, 2025 is going to be a great year. And then everything always works out for us collectively, and everything always works out for me, meaning you, so that everything always works out for you. That's the energy you want to put out there. Okay. When you start doing that, we started doing everything always works out for us, like right around COVID, it's like 4 or 5 years ago. And it is amazing how everything always works out for us, my husband and I. So And sometimes it doesn't feel like it. For instance, our appliances have been breaking down, but I know why. In fact, I could ask the SGs. I know why the appliances have been breaking down, because the appliance, one of them was our air conditioner right up there. We live in a condo and it's from the 70s, and our air used to be up in that attic. And it was so loud. Every time you turn it on, it would kick on. It sounded like a blower. I mean, like a loud blower. For 20 years, I've been dealing with that. And I don't like it. I don't like the noise. You know, you walk into someone's house with nice central air, and I mean, this is central air, but it's, you know, you walk into someone's house, you can't even hear the air conditioning. Well, anyways, our air conditioner finally went out. We've been waiting. I didn't want to replace it until it was broken. One, because of the environment, just, you know, of course the thing wasn't that efficient, but just you know, it's just one more piece of metal. Hopefully they recycled most of it. Because, you know, this huge thing. But so that went out this summer. On the last hot day of the summer, by the way, everything always works out for us. On the last hot day of the summer. Oh, we had one hot day we had to deal with without air conditioning. So then I got to put in a new air conditioner. We've been talking about putting a new one in for 10 years, but we just never felt like, it's not broken. Why do it, you know? So that worked out for me. Now it's expensive. It's like $18,000 to put a new one in. Yeah, exactly. That's why we didn't do it a long time ago, because then it was expensive too. Even if it was $10,000, it was like, that was a lot then, you know, 15 years ago. So now our dryer just broke. Well, guess what? Our dryer is pretty loud. So this is called manifesting. So when you think, okay, so there's no doubt that I've manifested. I'm manifesting quiet in my life, okay? And then our appliances are breaking and it's expensive. So if that's happening to you, there is a bigger picture. So I can see that's what's going on. I'm like, oh, so now we literally just put the air in 2 weeks ago. And so the universe is not making it all happen at once. Well, within a couple weeks. So now our dryer just broke, and that is the only thing in the house that's quite loud. And it's on our level here. It's in the kitchen. So I have to listen to it. And my husband, I'm very fortunate. He loves doing laundry. I'm fortunate. I'm not fortunate. I mean, we have to have conversations about why, if there's any laundry in there, he goes and gets towels to make it more laundry. Like, not dirty. Like, they're not even dirty because he wants to do laundry. I know, I'm not complaining, but I haven't done laundry in 30 years. I fold a few towels every now and again, but hardly. He's such a good folder, too. Oh my gosh. I can't fold like he does. He's got it down. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm always like, we don't need to do laundry every day. And that's because of the noise. So now okay, so everything always works out for us. It just comes in a way that feels a little challenging at first. But if you can see the forest through the trees, then you'll understand how it's work. Like, I see the forest through the trees. So the forests are all my loud appliances and expensive replacements. And now, but I'm like, oh, okay, I got what I asked for. I got what I asked for. So, you know, that's where they say, be careful, you get what you ask for. All right, that was a little chit-chat at the end for my bedheads who stick around. Everybody else is out of there. They're out of here. All right, have an amazing day. We'll see you tonight. Bye-bye.